We are live from the Mushroom MMA studios in lovely Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. It's the Mushroom MMA Full Card Breakdown Show, episode number 32 for UFC Vegas 82. I am joined by my esteemed guest, Lou Betya. Is he back there somewhere? Is he hiding? Yep. Lou, where you at? Did I lose you? Oh, boy. There we go. There he is. Lou Betya in the house.
I'm here. Just grab my quick cigarette between my steamed cigarette between shows. Thanks for having me, dude. Good card. Ready to break this down. The king of Philly versus the king of the Philly Burbs.
Excellent, excellent.
I'm the king of the
I appreciate you coming on, Lou.
I'm the king of Bucks County. Since I'm just so you know, I'm the king of Bucks County. I got it on lockdown here.
Sorry about that. Technical difficulties. If it wasn't for that, I would have no difficulties, I guess. If anybody doesn't know, Lou Betya gave me my start. I made my first appearance on YouTube on his show. Props to consider and maybe bet. He's a great guy, great supporter of his community. If you don't know who Lou Betya is, you're living under a rock that's underneath another rock, and then way down on the earth below that. You don't have the fucking internet, you don't have the fucking YouTube, and you don't have the fucking Twitter. Get with the program, people, and give this guy a follow. I want to welcome everybody here. And we're going to get started. First fight of the night is Charles Johnson versus Rafael Estevam. You can start us off, Lou.
It's not letting me type in your chat. I'm trying to tell people I am not, in fact, a good guy. What the fuck fight is it? Sorry, now I'm shifting from like the prop show to now. I apologize. So Estevam.
Yes.
Is this order correct?
I got it off Tapology. We'll see where it goes.
So, okay. So, like, I struggle with this one a little bit because I think this is, I don't want to say it's a binary fight. Everybody assumes it comes down to Estevam's cardio. And when you hear people talking all week, like, well, if Estevam fades, Charles Johnson will be there. If he doesn't fade, Estevam's going to win. If all the talk and if all the narrative is about one guy, I like betting that guy. I've watched Estevam's regional tape. Yeah, he's not facing great guys, but I think his cardio is good. And like the dude, like everybody says that Charles Johnson's takedown defense is shit. Yeah, against Mikhaev and Durden, like anybody's takedown defense can look terrible. But the problem I have with Charles Johnson is like he's a dude that just doesn't fight optically well with judges. Like, he didn't beat Zalgas. I don't think he beat Zalgas. I don't care about the flick win. The flick wins. He's just there to, like, he's jobber. He's 80s wrestling jobber at this point. He's in the ring to my left jobber. So, like, I don't rate that win. But Zalgas, like, I thought won that fight. The Ode fight was, like, a horrible look for him. Like, he's on a full camp. Ode wasn't, and he looked gassed. And Ode is not, like, some cardio monster. I think Estevam could very easily win like the first 10 minutes of this fight. And I'm not convinced that Estevam would gas. The one difference between Estevam and Durden and Mikhaev is Estevam actually, his striking is so much better, I think, than either one of them. Like, his kicks are vicious, his punches are good, his entries are good. And even on the ground, he's not like Mikhaev where he's like, get a takedown, mat return, like just try to like do that. Like, this dude's actively like trying to throw vicious shit on the ground. So I like Estevam here. I think minus 150 feels okay. And I have bet him. I have to update my bet MMA tips, but I have a bet on Estevam here. I like him a lot. By decision, by the way. Johnson's pretty tough. So Estevam by decision seems right. Chat seems reasonable.
Yeah, I'll go over to chat real quick. Get started with these guys. Justy Q, first one in here. Yeah, man. Ooh, the gummies are kicking in. Let's go, gentlemen. Fucking right. Yeah, let's keep this Thursday night rolling. Fucking right, Kristen. Thank you for stopping by. Cheers to everyone. Mushroom, my fucking guy. CT7110. I appreciate you, my guy, buddy. Gotta keep that voice fresh and grizzly. Got plenty of these, Kirsten. Got plenty of this here, too. So we got plenty of stuff to keep it nice and grizzly. Appreciate you for stopping by. Thank you very much. My man's and then always out there. Jeff, I appreciate you. Yep. Thank you. We're going to give you our insights. There you go. 30-26. Love it. Love it. Yep.
I think at 10-8's very, very live in that fight. Like I just really do. Like I don't know why people think Johnson's going to pop up immediately.
Yeah, I agree. Listen, I've got burned betting on Johnson. Man, this guy's fucking killed me. And then, he won that last fight against Salgas. I had a ticket for Johnson, so I'll take that shit. But I don't think he won that fight, in my opinion. But my wallet says he does. So, but I did that. I'll take that. He's got decent striking. He'll switch stances. He's got decent footwork, good kicks. He is durable. He does start off kind of slow, though. You know what I'm saying? And he does pick it up as the fight goes on, but he does start off slow. His takedown defense is horrible. His ground game. He has a good get-up game because, I think he's had 61 takedowns attempted against him. 28 of them landed in, like, the last 5 fights. So he's getting up. He's getting taken down, but he's getting back up. He may have fought the better competition, in my opinion, and he does have more, pro experience. He's on a full fight camp. But, man, I don't know. Like I said, I got burned so many times. Yes, Stefan's side. He's 5-0 his last fight, 27 years old. The guy's undefeated, 11-0. I like his striking. He's got some power in his hands. He puts on a decent pace. He's got a good front kick. I think he turned pro at the age of 18.
Do you think he's on steroids?
I don't think he's not super active. You know what I'm saying? What's that? Almost like a fight a year. Look, he
probably
can
on steroids.
Takedowns at like 50% accuracy. And he got the power takedowns, but he doesn't have the best timing on his takedowns, I noticed. I do have questions about his cardio sometimes. And like I said, kind of inactive, but only being like almost one fight a year. Now he's on a year layoff. He has weight misses in the past. All that being said, I am no longer getting fucking burned on fucking Johnson anymore. I got Esteban, and like you said, I like him by decision because I think Johnson is durable. He's tough, and he'll always be there.
Mushroom.
So Esteban by decision. So we agree on that one, Lou.
Mushroom. Do you also assume that he's on lots of steroids?
Next fight up the card, we got Trey Ogden versus Nicholas Mota. I'll start us off, Lou. I'll start us off on the Ogden side. 3-2 in his last 5. The guy is 33 years old, I think. Jiu-jitsu guy. Decent striker. He's got a decent jab. A 2-inch reach advantage in this spot. I like his leg kicks. Good footwork. He's decent at range. He can win minutes at range. I like his fight IQ. It's not the best, but it's not the worst for sure. I like his chin. Good cardio. His takedowns aren't great. I think he's 2 of 14 for takedowns. He also has suspect takedown defense. He's decent off his back, and he does have 11 subs. So, he does have some, somewhat of a ground game. But, man, he's pillow-fisted. That's the reality of it. This guy's had 22 fucking fights, and he's yet to knock an opponent out. He can be low volume for my liking as well. And as far as Mota goes, kickboxing guy, 30 years old, decent striker. He's got fucking power in his fucking hands. Fast hands. He's technical, comes forward. He likes to brawl. He's got good leg kicks. He's got a good head kick. I like his takedown defense, but, man, there's a lot of red flags on his side. He's chinny. I think he's been knocked out 4 times. He's been finished in all of his losses. Manuel Torres knocked him out. Jim Miller knocked him out. But I don't think he's going to respect what Ogden's throwing. I think he gets caught by guys that can hit him even harder than Ogden. I like Mota in this spot. Does he finish him? He hits pretty fucking hard, Lou. So if there's a possibility he finishes him, I don't know how he wins this fight. I'm trapped between a decision or maybe he just knocks this motherfucker out. Where are you at on this fight, Lou?
Yeah, don't bet this fight. Just don't bet it. And I'm going to tell you why you don't bet it. And also stop ignoring me. I said, do you think Estevan's on all the steroids? And you just like fucking blew through that comment. I don't like that. He's on the steroids. Just agree and we can move on. Estevan's on all the asparagus. Anyway, back to this fight with Mota and Ogden. What I don't like about this fight is that I feel like Mota should probably be like minus 200 and the line hasn't moved. Everybody claims they're on Mota and like it's just not moving. And when I hear that, when I see this is a gambler or somebody who like trusts his instincts. It means somebody knows something that I don't know. It means maybe there's a hidden injury. Maybe there's something weird going on here. Like Mata should very easily be like a massive favorite because everybody should be a massive favorite over this bum, but he's not, and it hasn't moved, and I just don't trust it. So my advice for the show has nothing to do with the breakdown. It's look at how the line hasn't moved. Don't get caught. Don't get teased into a Mata bet and pass completely here. That's it. You're on mute, dude. Come on, man. I thought I taught you better than this. You're literally on mute. You're still on mute, dude. If somebody else wants to tell him he's on mute, that's cool. I don't like. I can't do any more here, man. Like is it me? Dude, you've been on mute for like 8 minutes, man. Like
Yeah, and you know what? I could barely hear you, so that's why I didn't know that's what you were saying. I could barely hear you.
I don't
So
know. I've never been accused of somebody barely hearing me.
it must, trust me, it's something on my end. It has to be. If it's not for technical difficulties, it's not a show. So yeah. I'm completely lost. Saying hi to my chat out there. Lucy Pudilova versus Aileen Perez. You can kick this one off, Lou.
Oh, thanks. No bet here yet because I think people are still going to bet Perez, but I favor the Pudilova side or the Pudilova verse, as my friend John Zargarian would say. Yeah, I don't get this line movement. I don't get the steam on Perez. Her striking is shit. Like, it's terrible. I think she's a good hammer, bad nail type. And now she's disclosing that like some fucking shit happened this week during camp. Like she has a bad cut. Like she's not being like real decisive about it. But like everything I'm hearing is like she has a pretty bad cut in her head that can be easily opened up. And that's interesting to me because on the feet, I think Pudilova is like so much fucking better than her. The only thing that I don't like about Pudilova is defensive grappling. I think it's shitty. I don't know if she's improved it. And all I know is Perez is just going to like go for spam takedowns. So Perez could very easily top time her and like kind of just dominate the minutes. But like if she doesn't, I think Pudilova just kind of pieces her up. I think her cardio is good. I think people are looking at this Jocelyn Edwards fight like, oh, she's whatever. Dude, Edwards, like, I know Edwards isn't like exciting, but Edwards is like really good at like she's like an old boxer. Like she's good at rolling with punches and like not really getting hit. I think Pudilova's striking is like pretty good. And her strength of schedule is so much fucking better than Perez's. It's like mind blowing. Like she's fought really good people in the UFC. Yeah, she's lost a lot of them, but like I don't like Perez isn't showing her a new thing that she's never seen. Like all they've been doing is training for defensive grappling. Like, dude, Perez didn't finish Ashley Evans Smith. Ashley Evans Smith was like just waiting to be put out of her fucking misery. Evans can't do shit on the ground, punch wise. She can't get hit on the feet. She's a fucking bum. She's a meme. My pick is Pudilova, and Pudilova round 3, 2,500 is like, I'm probably gonna throw like fucking $10 on it because I can afford to not have one beer. So like I like it, dude. I like Pudilova here. I haven't bet it because I think people are still betting Perez. Like the money's still coming in. I ain't got no reason to get to it yet. What do you think? You're not on mute, and you're not on mute. Just so you
not
know.
Anymore. Yeah, man, I agree with a lot of what you said. I mean, I do know that Pudilova has been. I think she's been in like grappling tournaments recently, and maybe won belts, but I don't know how high level they are or anything like that. But listen, She's an okay striker. She's got power in her hands. She does have a 1.5 reach advantage. I think she's improved since her first UFC run. I like her ground and pound. She gets you down. I like her elbows. I like her get-up game. I like her cardio. I know it's the second time in her UFC. I know she can get stuck on the cage. And I know her face can get a little damaged points, but man, Perez, I don't know, man. I think she's more of a showman or whatever. She likes to do the bullshit twerking at the end, and that's maybe the only way. She just wants to win the fucking twerk. I don't know how her mind is as a fighter, to be honest with you. I mean, she's okay. She's a decent striker. She's got decent boxing. She has some power in her hands. Now, she can be aggressive. She has a decent strike accuracy too. I think it's like around 66% or something like that. I like her cage work. Now, obviously, it's about the wrestling. 61% takedown accuracy, 6 takedowns a fight, but that just means girls are getting up on her. She is strong. She gets good top control. She could probably wet blanket this bitch. She just lay and pray or whatever. But she has some decent ground and pound. She's a decent grappler. But man, her level of competition, in my opinion, is fucking suspect. She can have suspect fight IQ at times. I don't like you said, good hammer band nail. She reacts poorly to fucking strikes, and that can't be a fucking good look in the fucking judge's eyes. She couldn't even finish that Ashley Evans Smith couldn't even finish her. Like, what the fuck, man? And I don't like her fucking cardio late, to be honest with you. And Perez seems like she could be broken. I like Pudilova just like you do. Where's my little green thing at? See that Pudilova? It's probably going to be a knockout. I just have it there as a finish, but I'll probably end up on the knockout. I think she fucking does hit her at some point.
Mushroom, big Punisher. We're going to try to make that work. She's the big Punisher.
Big Punisher. All right.
Big Pud.
Nice. I like it. A couple more people in the chat real quick. My guys, I appreciate everybody stopping by. Real fight pit.
Can I add one more thing?
Thank you. He's like a relapse. My fiance. That's pretty funny, dude.
Before we move on,
I get it.
Mushroom, before we move on.
Zuckerberg to a deaf guy.
Mushroom, before
That's
we
pretty
move
good.
on.
Yeah. That's funny, man.
Dude, hello. Mushroom.
Yes.
Before we move on, I want to add one more thing to that last fight.
Okay.
I will say this about Eileen Price. So she moved to America and she's on a new camp. So it's very possible she will be making improvements. I just don't see it. But I wanted to add that for anybody watching the show. She has moved to a new camp. So, like, she's not just fighting out of, like, fucking Samurai House bullshit shit. Like, she's in America, like, actually training, like, in a better camp. So I just want to put that out there. She may make improvements fight to fight. I just don't see it with the striking. That's all I wanted to get out there. That's it. Excellent.
That's a great point. The more luck, the more you know. You know what I'm saying?
I'm like Cronkite, bitch.
Jekka Saragi versus Lucas Alexander. I guess I'll start us off on this one. You got Jekka 4-1 in his last 5. The guy's 28 years old. He's an MMA guy. Decent striker. He's got some fucking power in his hands. He's got pretty fast hands, too. He's decent in the pocket. I like his calf kicks. I like his body kick. He can wrestle. On paper, it's 100% takedown accuracy with 2 takedowns a fight. He's got an okay ground game. He was winning as a dog when that fucking road to UFC shit or whatever. You know what I mean? The guy's got pop, man. He's had power in his hands when I watched a couple of those fights. But man, cutting at 145, I see this guy get stuck on the fucking cage. Finished in all his losses. Lost to that Jubilee dude. At 155. And I think this is his, I don't like narratives, but I believe this is the first time he's fighting away from home as well. On the other side of his fight, Lucas Alexander, I don't know. He's a decent striker. He's got power in his hands. They're fast as well. He'll throw some combos, a decent jab. He's also good at range. He does have a 4-inch reach advantage in this spot. Lots and lots of kickboxing experience. More technical here for sure. Like I said, a plethora of kicks. I like his body kick. He's an okay wrestler, decent grappler. He does have suspect takedown defense, in my opinion. He can fight close. His sub defense isn't the best, and a suspect level of competition. I've been going back and forth in this fight because Jekka does fucking hit hard. He really fucking does. I know a lot of people are going to hate and probably not pick him because of the fact that he lost to a guy in Jubilee who, I guess this is where they're coming from, but I know the UFC's trying to build a brand over there, and these guys aren't the best. I think you might have said it on one of your shows a week or two ago. Like, you get these guys, there's 10 billion people over there, and this is the guy they give you. Come on, there has to be guys over there that are a little better than what we're saying. But that all being said, I still landed on the Alexander side. The play you're going to hate, a third round / decision play, Lou. Where are you at on this fight?
So I actually have a round 3 decision play on this card, as much as I hate them. We'll get to later. Yeah, I don't have a bet here. I would tell you that if you like Alexander in distance, just look at the under, because the under 2.5 I saw is like about -185, and his in the distance is -175. So, like, I think you're just better off, like, numerically playing the under. I'm never betting Alexander at all here. I think he's a bum. I think this line is fucking makes no sense. He shouldn't be -500. It's like Jubilee losing to Breeden set the Jaka line so crappy. I had a bet on Jaka against Jubilee for the road to UFC fight. Obviously, it's a shitty bet. It's a terrible bet. He looked terrible. But why did he lose that fight? They had a grappling match, and like Jubilee just kind of out-grappled him. If Jaka grapples here, Alexander has like a known deficiency stopping takedowns. He stinks. He's not a guy that should ever be -500. So, like, if you're watching this show and you're like, I'm parlaying him or whatever, stop gambling. Like, don't gamble, because it means you don't understand gambling. Never parlay a -500 guy who literally has a fucking hilariously bad deficiency stopping takedowns. I don't know if Jake is going to go for takedowns here. Should he? 1,000,000% he should go for takedowns. I'm not betting aside because I don't know if I can trust Jake to go for takedowns for like 15 minutes. I don't. But he's the side betting wise. There's no way, because anybody's the side that's not Alexander -500. It's fucking retarded. So I'm going to pick Jake for the show. And, I love that I posted this. Oh, this is interesting. His round 3 sub was 80-1. And fucking Narco and all these dudes got heated. I'm like, bro, I just posted a picture, man. If he's going for, and to me, there's a very clear path for it. If he's going for takedowns and Alexander can't stop a fucking takedown and just keeps doing it, why can't, dude, the sub alone is 20-1. I don't think his jiu-jitsu is great. But if you're giving me 20-1 on a sub prop against a guy who legit can't stop a fucking takedown, I'll take it all day, man. Mushroom, look at these props we're getting nowadays. Dude, we got like Peyton Talbot, who's making his debut, and his round 3 prop's like 550. You give me a guy against a guy who can't stop a takedown, you give me 20-1? Okay. It's dumb. I'll exploit that shit all day. If it wins, it wins. If not, okay. But I like Jaka. Jaka's the side. I'm not betting it. The under is the play. Don't do Alexander in distance. Bet the under. It's like legit the same price.
Amazing.
I'm heated. Should I get a beer?
Of course.
I got a beer.
Let's start with the ballyhoo. Let's start with the fucking ballyhoo. All right, folks, I appreciate everybody stopping by, wasting your time here. Thank you very much. Victor DeJesus, that's a busy man. When you get this man in your chat, you know you're doing something right. Victor, I appreciate you, my brother. Thank you very much. I know you're a busy guy. He's a sharp dude, too. Follow him on Twitter. Another sharp dude, MMA Jesus. Here's my guy. Yo, guy, what's up, man? Yeah. No, man. No. Do not blaspheme in my house, Mr. Hudson. Thank you. All right. Yeah. So yeah, I like that. So we got Kai Machado versus Mick Parsons. I guess you can start us off, Lou.
Oh, thanks. You keep giving me these bangers to start with. Yambags. So Yambags is the play. I'll pick Parsons. I mean, I wasn't impressed with Machado with the very little regional tape we saw. I certainly wasn't impressed with the Contender Series. And Parkin beat like a fucking pregnant Jamal Pogue. So like, there's no way I can feel good about backing either one. Like, I respect Wheezy immensely. Wheezy loves Parkin here, and so I respect Wheezy enough to say like I would say Parkin's the side. Wheezy's not backing a minus 360 favorite like without feeling good. So I'm trust my brother, Uncle Wheezy. But I think this is Yambags. It checks all the boxes, Mushroom. It's Southpaw versus Orthodox. It's fat motherfuckers. It's unskilled motherfuckers. It's literally everything I want in a Yambag shot. So, like, I would say if you have to bet this fight, fucking throw $10 on a 20-1 shot that somebody's getting kicked in the sack. Like, because you know what? You're not going to enjoy this fight if you have a bet on it. Like, either way. You're not. If you have the... And even, like, by the way, the overs, like, over 1.5 is like minus 210, 200 at this point. Like, it's not even fucking worth it, man. Like, at this point, honestly, if you had to bet, small poke on the under. I don't look. The problem is I don't think it happens. But I'm saying this like if you're giving me a heavyweight fight and you're giving me an under 1.5 at like plus 180 with heavyweights, like it feels like I mean, dude, we've seen these fights with like fucking Parker Porker. What was that fucking dude? Braxton Smith and like all these fucking bums. I'm just saying, like, you get low-level heavyweights, there's so much variance that happens. Like, there really is. That's why I don't want to back a minus 350 favorite. Like, don't play this fight. Like, don't track it. Don't play it seriously. Don't think too hard in this. Bet it recreationally. Like, bet it for fun. But, like, there's just so many potential outcomes here. Like, Parkin by flying toe hold is probably not an outcome. But, like, there's a lot of weird shit that can happen here. Like, just, dude, and we don't have enough tape on either one. So just stay off this, man. Like, anybody that tells you there's always an edge or whatever, like, there's not. There's not an edge because we just fucking don't know shit about either one, dude. By the way, Machado is better than he looked in the Contender Series from his limited tape. But he's still not that good. And Parkin is a white, and I don't bet whites. Unless it's a tight end prop, but Mark Andrews just like died. So I'm done betting whites. This motherfucker don't bet whites.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not going to put any kind of action or on this fight. Anything it's going to be in a little one of my bullshit little sprinkle parlays. I just hope it. Parkin, I don't know. What do you say? He's an undefeated guy at 7-0, but what was his competition like? He's an okay striker. I mean, got some power in his hands. Decent boxing. He'll come forward. I guess he's more technical of the two, maybe. Maybe good footwork. Decent calf kick. Okay jab. I mean, he can wrestle a little bit. He apparently gets 2 takedowns a fight. Yeah, but his regional competition, and I don't, I'm not crazy about the fucking guy's ground game either. And then you go on the other side of this fight, it's like, you got to bet shit against shit. I don't know how to say it like that, but I mean, that's kind of what I mean. Got this guy making his UFC debut, coming off Dana White. He's an okay striker too. He's got some power in his hands. He'll come forward. He throws looping punches though, the big overhands and all that shit. I guess he's got decent low kicks, and he's an okay wrestler as well. But again, another guy with suspect regional competition. Oh, by the way, Machado's keeps his fucking hands pretty fucking low for my liking too, and he's hittable. He can also be countered as well. But I don't know what to do with this fight. Like, I don't know what method. Do you get a flash fucking knockout, or is these two dudes just fucking sloppy for 3 fucking rounds? I don't know what side to go on, but I know a couple people that list. Wheezy being one of them, and he's on Parkin. So I'm going to put Parkin in a parlay with some guy. but I have no idea what to do with that fight. I'm not going to put any real money on it. No official bet or anything on that.
Yeah, do not. If you go to Sugar House, I'm sorry, what's it called now? That's the Sugar House.
It's called Rivers Casino, Philadelphia.
Okay. Look, I'm old school like you. I remember it as the fucking Sugar House. They won't let you in there ever again if you bet that fight. Actually, I take that back. If you go in there and you win that fight, if you hit like some round prop on that fight, they're never letting you back in that casino. And you know, and you know I'm not lying. They'll be like, and they'll let you in just to kick you out of the fucking place. Yeah, don't do it, dude. Just go spin like 80 on slots. Don't fucking bet that fight. Sugar House, bitches. By the way, for those of you that don't know, that building used to be like a legitimate fucking sugar mill on Del Ave, as like an old school spot, and that was the first casino that we had, right?
Yeah, that was Jack Frost Sugar Company.
Yeah. But that was the first. But that was the first before anything else came in. Like, dude, Pennsylvania started allowing like some slots here and there, and then like that was the first. It was like them, and I think like the Poconos had like, because Caesars had like a license up there. But I think that was like the first big place where you could like actually just, because it was just slots. At first, it was like just slots. They're like, this is the best we can do. And it was like 1 million slots. They're like, great, here you go. I went up there when they played blackjack when they opened. Like, dude, my boss was like, tell me what to do. I'm like, he funded it. So we walked out like 4,000 each. Dude, we were the hottest streak ever. He's like, just tell me what to do. I'm like,
that's right. I heard you tell that story before. That's right. Yeah. Killed it.
He's like, so we should do this all the time. I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
This doesn't happen. This never happens, dude.
That's right. I don't know what you're talking about. All right. We have a couple more people in the chat here. My man, Justin Villegas puts the ill in Vegas, baby. That's my man. Appreciate you. Thank you for stopping by once again. Dad, you're the man. Jeff, MMA Jesus, appreciate you. Thank you. All right, moving on up the card, Lou. Christian Leroy Duncan versus Dennis Tululian. Is that how you guys are saying it out there?
You gotta watch the midnight show for the proper fucking pronunciation.
Right. I'll start us off here. Christian Leroy Duncan, 4-1 in his last 5, 28 years old. He's an MMA guy. He's a decent striker. He's got some power in his hands, switch stances, got a good jab, good footwork, and I think he has like a 5-inch reach advantage in this spot. I like his body kick, I like his high kick. Look, the guy can wrestle. He gets good ground and pound when he gets you down there. He's on a full kick. Good cardio. He's durable. I like a lot about him. I know he doesn't check leg kicks well. I can tell you that. I don't like his ability to check a leg kick. Tululian, though, okay striker. The guy powers his hand. Man, I see a lot of red flags on the Tululian side, though. Let's start with his suspect takedown defense, his suspect sub defense, his suspect durability. The guy's been finishing, 4 of his 6 losses, fucking hittable, on short notice, and he doesn't do well when he's on short notice fights. Already got a suspect gas tank. I like anything about the Tululian side here. You know, maybe something crazy happens, but I got Duncan knocking him out. I got Duncan by KO there, Lou. How you feel about this one?
Yeah, we still don't even really have props. We're still waiting for the props to drop. Man, I really wanted to fucking justify betting Tululian here. And I'm not like 1,000,000% sold on Duncan knocking him out. Like, I know it's short notice. Tululian's, look, man, I'm going to cite your Philly experience again. You know these Russians from the Northeast, right? Yeah, these are motherfuckers, dude. You don't, Mushroom, you're tough. You don't fuck with these fucking Northeast Russians. Because what do? What do they do all the time? They drink vodka, they smoke cigarettes, fucking fight every goddamn night. Tululian's like a fucking dude like that, where like, I don't think this is a cardio thing. Taking the short notice out of this, I didn't love Duncan. I bet him against Dusko because I think Dusko is so chinny. But I bet against him in his last fight against Arman. I didn't expect him to throw so much spinny shit and like being completely ineffective. But this is a dude who's like a credentialed. I mean, I really liked Almeida. I don't think the round 2 KO is a bad look. We don't have props. He's a credentialed kickboxer. The dude's really good. The problem is he hasn't really shown it because he's throwing all these spinning attacks instead of like doing what he, because his regional tape isn't him throwing a ton of spinning attacks. It's him being technical. If he's technical and he's tight here, he fucks Tululan up, and the round 2 KO prop doesn't work. I love that. I had a bet on Almeida too, so I'm with you, dude. I just don't think like he has no reason to do all this spinning attacks and all this fancy shit. Keep his guard up, use his tight boxing, use his kicks. He fucks Tululan up. Tululan on short notice, dude, his big weakness is getting taken down by the Kizrievs of the world, by fucking Iron Turtle. Dude, if you're not taking him down, I mean, he's facing like kind of weirdos on the regional scene, but dude, his striking's not bad, and he's got a lot of power. I think that Duncan wins. I'd rather see the under. Like, give me a time prop. If the under's not so far removed from Duncan KO, again, like the fucking Alexander fight, dude, and like more so here, Tululan definitely can fuck him up. Like, if he's throwing all these spinning attacks and leaving himself open, I feel like Duncan, he just, I don't want to say lazy, but like, even his Cage Warriors tape, man, like he throws weird shit, man. Like he's leaving himself wide open, and it's just such a talent gap in the regionals and Cage Warriors with him, where like nobody's gonna really exploit it. Tululan's like not horrible, man. Like I know people are like, "Oh, it's fucking Tululan." Dude, Tululan's strength of schedule is dudes that are serious fucking grapplers. Dude, Iron Turtle is a serious grappler. Kizriev, like these are dudes that spiked him immediately and just wrecked his ass. Duncan's not doing that to him. This is a stand-up fight. I think Tululan's very live to KO him, but it's got to be round 1. So I'm just everybody like real fight picks who I like, by the way. He's saying like round 2. That's fair. I'm just saying I don't think this is like such a. I'd rather take the under or like fight to end in KO if you can get a decent. Like it depends on what they drop on that price. But like I don't know, man. Duncan has to show me something where he's not fucking throwing spinning attacks constantly for me to really bet on him, especially at 4-1. Like, get the fuck out of here with this price. Tululan!
Yeah, the line's off. The line's way off. There's a lot of wide lines on this card. Obviously, none of these lines are as wide as the lines I used to do in the fucking late 80s. If they get near as wide as those, that's fucking impressive. You know what I'm saying?
You know what's funny? My favorite conversation I had at a bar in the last few years is somebody said to me, one of my buddies was like, you know what the worst thing about the 80s was? Crack. Also, do you have crack? And I'm like, yeah, that's the 80s, dude. That kind of sums up the 80s. That sentence sums it up, bro. Also, do you have crack?
That's the wrong kind of cocaine. I used to do
but you know that. But you know that. That's kind of like, that's kind of accurate with how the 80s went.
No, you're 100% right.
I remember the 80s.
I remember some of them. The later the 80s, the less I remember. But hey, these things happen. You know what I'm saying?
Know what I'm saying?
All right, hey, moving on up the card. We got Chad and Hellinger against Jose Johnson. You can start us off, Lou. Yeah, start us off, go ahead.
Okay, so his name's Chad. I'm never betting a fucking dude named Chad. Let's get that out of the way. Never betting a fucking midget name. A guy who's shorter than me named Chad. Not a lot of people are shorter than me. Never fucking betting a dude named Chad. I don't really want to bet this fight, man. Jose Johnson, who had his 2 hoes at cage side, 10 series fight. I was going ballistic on Twitter. He literally had fucking 2 hoes. Nobody believes me except like Brady and like Wheezy and somebody else was like, I'm watching. They are hoes. Because if you go back and watch the fight tape, they don't show like the interviews and they were showing like all the shit. He fucking had hose. Hose A. He fucking had 2 hose at cage side. I will not be told otherwise. I'm like, I love this fucking dude. You couldn't get anybody into, dude. We were like still like the end of COVID. Couldn't fucking get anybody into the Apex. He had 2 goddamn hose, man. Anyway, he's got a huge reach advantage. He's got a youth advantage. He probably has a grappling advantage. He won't use it. And Hellinger stinks. This is a setup fight. 2-1. Honestly, the price is probably right for Jose Johnson's skill set. But like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know how Hellinger beats him. Like, maybe it's not even wide enough, but like, man, Jose Johnson 2-1 is like fucking. Like, I see Mellon saying like decision. I don't disagree with that. And Hellinger's pretty tough. Like, Alatong Ali looked like fucking Kamzat. Just chucking this dude in the ground, like wrecking his ass. And like, and I think Alatong Ali's probably like a minus 180 favorite against Jose Johnson. So like, I don't know, man. You're giving me a dude that like got submitted immediately against Blackshear, and I like Blackshear, but it was a horrible look. Horrible look. And like, that's his only fight in 2 years. Like, I don't know, man. I'm not excited to bet Jose Johnson at fucking 2-1 in his second fight in 2 years against a guy who at least has some UFC experience, even if he got his, you know, and he beat Jesse Schrader. It's fucking terrible too. But like, he's facing a dude with tangible UFC experience. I'm going to say this exact same thing later in the show. He's facing a dude with UFC experience. It means something. Like, it does. It definitely, absolutely, like 100% means something. I'm just not excited to bet Jose Johnson here. Like, I think he wins. I think skill for skill he wins. I think the intangibles he wins. But like, also he got like fucking submitted to like a meme sub in a minute in his only fight in like fucking. So I don't know. I'm not like thrilled to really back him here. If I see he walks out with the hose, I max bet it. Max bet.
Max bet of lot.
Well, that's different. That's Mushroom. Are you driving to the casino the second you see the hose come out? Max bet. Like all the chips, bitch.
Right then. Jumping right in the caddy and flying. That shit's fast too. And 95 is right there. I'm there in like 4 minutes. Valet parking, I'll be right in there in 5.
Excuse me, sir. Max bet on this Jose guy. No time. Post haste.
Lou, there are kiosks. All I got to do is walk that security thing. There are kiosks right there. I could be 30 feet in the casino and put a bet in. I don't even got to go to the window. There's kiosks right there. So I'm ready. If I see that, I put start on the caddy. How that thing started. As soon as I see him on the walkout, by the time I get out there, my car will be warmed up and I'm ready to go. Listen, man, Chad and Hellinger, huh? I mean, he's got it. Okay, striking. He's got some decent boxing. He does have power in his hands. He'll come forward. He can be scrappy. He's got decent like clinch knees and stuff. He's durable. He's got good cardio. Man, he just fucking jumps Gilly and shit. And I hate when people jump Gilly and they don't get it. They just fucking lay there on their fucking backs now. They're stuck down there. And wow, he beat guys like Nymov and Jesse Strader and stuff like that. Wow. Yeah, so again, not impressive. Don't like his fucking self-defense whatsoever. Jose Johnson, though, decent striker. He's got some power in his hands. He's good at range. That long and lankiness, though, man. 7 inches of reach, and I think like 6 inches of height in the spot. Love that, man. Now, he was one of them dudes that did the 2-time thing on fucking Dana White Contender Series. So that's, those guys don't have the best record. Look, the guy can get subs, but man, his takedown defense, I don't like that much. Don't like his ground game too much. Not impressed with his ground game super much. I've seen him get controlled. But all that being said, I got Johnson here. I have Johnson by decision. I'm not going to put any money on it. Again, this is something that'll just go into like one of my fucking parlays or something like that. But yeah, I'm not putting my heart on money
Do
on
you
this
think the
fight
line
as a
the
single
line
bet.
makes sense to you? Like, I think it's weirdly kind of accurate, even with the inactivity. Like, do you think does
Even
2 to
with its
1 sound about
inactivity.
right?
Yeah, listen, I'm not again really not impressed at all with Chad.
Do
You
you
know what
know
I'm
people
saying?
named Chad? They're the fucking worst, dude.
The worst. I'll say it. They're the fucking worst. Terrible.
Dude, if I told you I got this buddy, his name is Chad Chaddington, you'd be like, you'd never talk to me again. You'd be like, Glue, you're a
That
fucking
chatting.
Glue, you're a fucking you'd be like, Glue, you're a fucking asshole. I can't even
Yeah,
fucking deal with you, dude. Chad Chaddington.
Chad
The
Chaddington.
third.
The third. So there were two more Chad Chaddingtons before him.
Oh, trust me. Chad Chaddington's not a name you like. If it's like CCD. If you had to go to it when you were young, you sent in your fucking kids. If your name's Chad Chaddington, you making sure your fucking kid's name is Chad Chaddington so that he has to endure the fucking punishment that you had to endure. You know? Chad's a stupid name. Babe. She can't even hear. She's got her fucking headphones in. She knows.
No, it's crazy. Oh, all right. Oh, moving on up. Who we got next? Jonathan Pierce and Brito, right? Joe Anderson Brito. Yeah. You can start us off, Lou.
Yeah, so I have a tracked bet on Pierce. I have a 1.3 unit bet on him at 130, and I have such buyer's remorse because, dude, I've flip flopped back on this so many fucking times. Like, so I'm just gonna say this: in lieu of breaking down like the deficiencies and like why I think each guy's good, I'm just gonna say this: I don't think Brito's just live for round one. I think his cardio is better than 5 minutes. I think the best way to bet it is a live bet. I really do. I think you look at what Brito looks like after one, you look at Pierce's price, you're going to want plus 280, 300 on Pierce to do it. So instead of breaking it down, I'm going to tell you the prop I gave out on the prop show because I think this is an interesting way to play it. Is Brito round one submission 12 to 1? I just think that on the feet, it's night and day. I don't love Pierce's striking. I don't love Brito's striking defense, but like, my God, like Pierce doesn't fight stupid. And like, dude, Brito's a fucking savage, man. Like, the Brito fight against Algeo, like, and I love fucking Bill Algeo, the Pride of King of Prussia, Bill Algeo. I fucking love Algeo. Algeo is like stupid tough. He's so awkward. He's like Billy Q more than he's like Pierce, where he's like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I'll take a beating and then like, I'm still here. I don't think Pierce is like that because I don't think Pierce has a chin like that. He makes mistakes. He puts himself in bad spots. And Brito's a fucking savage, dude. The thing I think here is if Pierce is going to be not liking how it goes on the feet, going to be shooting takedowns. And Brito has an excellent, and I mean like scary prison-like guillotine choke. Like it's sick. And I think he can catch Pierce in it very easily. The submission is lined crazy against the KO. Like I think the sub's way more live than the KO. Because I think Pierce can get hurt and shoot, and that's where Brito can get him. Round one sub being plus 1200, it feels like another number that's off. I think it happens way more often than 1 out of 12 times. Because all Brito has to do is bonk him once and Pierce shoots. And also, by the way, let's say Brito doesn't bonk him. Pierce is shooting in round one. It's going to be there. Pierce has put himself in bad spots against less dangerous. C-Rod had him in choke series. It's going to be there. 12 to 1 for a sub in round one against a guy who is like a fucking animal is a crazy mispriced number to me. So I don't even know what to fucking give you for a pick for the show. I guess I have to say Brito because I said all that. But my advice to your viewers, yes, it's a live bet. But just bet Brito around one sub at 12-1. It's crazy, dude. 15-1 is, and this is a great Victor's he's no dummy. This is a great way to fucking attack the fight. Like if Brito knocks him out round one and you lose both ends, it fucking happens, dude. Yeah, he's saying guillotines don't work in 2023. There are a few guys. I get that. There are a few guys here that it still works. Cody Bryant, it doesn't work for fucking Cody Brundage. But Pierce exposes himself badly and can't defend it. It works against guys that can't defend it. And Brito's a dude like Alves, like some of these fucking savages, man. It's like Brito's not like dropping to guillotine to get it. It's a dude shooting and him locking it up on the way to the ground. That, by the way, that's when the move works. When you're taking a dude to the ground with it is when it works. When you're Cody and you're like, I'm jumping into your lap and it's like, hey, this is what I'm doing. Yeah, then you're retarded. Right. I'm saying like that. No, the technique, like, I don't think Mellon's like crazy wrong. Like people nowadays know how to defend it better. But the way you get caught in one is shooting and sticking your neck out. That's how you get caught in it. Not jumping into guillotine is stupid.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. I'm on Brito by finish as well. I mean, I get the love for Jonathan Pierce. I see it. Power in his hands, comes forward. He's got pace, pressure, volume, switches stances, good leg and front kicks. It's good to clinch. Decent wrestling. You get 6 takedowns a fight at like a 56% clip or something like that. Well, chain takedowns. He's got decent ground and power when he gets you on the ground. But the dude's fucking hittable. And his hands aren't that fast anymore, it seems like. 11-month layoff. Had a knee injury. It was like a torn ACL or something like that. Listen, man, Brito's fucking dangerous everywhere. He's got fucking power in his fucking hands. He's a decent striker. He's got the reach advantage in his spot. He's strong. He's physical. He's a good wrestler. 72% takedown accuracy. Like 4 takedowns a fight. Good ground and pound. And the fucking subs. Man, he's got a strong fucking squeeze too, man. Dangerous everywhere. Fought better competition. Look, I know he's got suspect cardio, but like you said, Lou, or like Lou said, it doesn't always hinge just on round one. Brito could finish this fight later. He absolutely could. I know he slows, but he's one of those guys that can push through it. So, as I said, my pick for this fight will be Brito inside the distance by finish because he could knock him out as well. But I love that, round one sub. That's a great look. Little sprinkle, plus 1,200. Victor here got it at plus 1,500. Fucking awesome.
And by the way,
thank you, Lou's back.
Hey, Mushroom.
Well, to be honest with you, I didn't do a lot of research on this new guy that's fighting
Mushroom.
So I don't have a heck of a lot of notes on this. Hello. Hi.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I'm just telling people, if you like Brito and you bet him in the distance, the Pierce Live hedge gets you plus money on both sides. Like, that's just
plus money on both. Yeah, that's a good hedge. I like that.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I did take this fight. So go ahead.
Okay. I mean, I don't have much on the other guy's side. I know he's in short notice. I think he's only lost by decision, so I guess he's got some durability. Making his UFC debut, it's definitely a step up here. I know Medic isn't. I don't always like to put my money on this Medic guy either. I know he's getting wins. I get that stuff, but man, I don't know. He seems to be improving fight to fight, though. I'll say that. I mean, he's explosive, fast. He'll put the pressure on you. Pace, good body kick, decent cardio. Doesn't fuck off. He does have a 100% finish rate. Now he's moving from 155 to 170. Does that carry over? We'll see. More UFC experience. The red flag is that Alaska Fight Club, obviously. But I just think and I don't know much about the other guys, so I don't have a bet on this fight. But I just like the way Medic hits. I think he hits fucking pretty hard. This guy's coming on. Now I don't know if this guy was training for a fight Like I said, I don't know much about the other guy. Don't want to give much of an opinion on this fight. I'm going to play the men's side, I guess, to try to knock that line down a bit. I'm just going to put him by knockout, I guess, something like that. What are your thoughts, Lou?
Yeah. So first of all, this real fight picks, like, just I don't know if he lives to disagree with all the fucking shit I say. Like, that's fine. Like, I'm 16% ROI for the year. So just letting you guys know. I'm gonna disagree with everything I say. That's cool. So I taped Oral By, and there's guys that I respect in this community a lot, like Brady, like Big Steve, like other guys, like Couch. And they love the guy. They're like, he's a savage. He's really good. So a couple things here. So he fought in LFA a couple times. He's a grappler by nature. He's starting to use his striking. He fought a couple times in LFA. His last couple of fights, this last dude he fought looks like a fucking pimp. Like, literally looks like a fucking pimp. Hayward Charles. He was like the broadcast said he was minus 2,300, but Tapology said he was a humongous favorite. And his leg kicks are good. He's going to the body a little bit. His striking is like just 1-2s. Like, that's it. That's all his striking really is 1-2s. He has the takedowns, but like, I don't know if he wants to go for it. Now, he's undersized for the weight class. Like, he typically weighs in at like 165. Like, so weight's not a problem. Like, he's undersized, and he'd rather just, like, it's a history with him. He likes being a little bit under the 170 mark. I think his grappling is good. I think his striking is good. He's got some power, but like, man, in all these fights I saw in LFA, like, he is there to be fucking tagged, dude. Like, he really is. Like, I think his striking defense is really bad. On the Medic side, like, it's hard. I really don't know how to evaluate him, because now he's at 170, which I think is more natural weight. Like, I don't care about the Turner fight. He took it on short notice, wrong weight class. Like, it's fine. Like, and Turner's good. Like, Turner's the best guy he's fought. It was a day. It's fine. Like, I can't look at that fight and say, like, all right, he stinks. But the Semelsberger fight is like so weirdly interesting to me, because I don't rate Semelsberger at all. I think Semelsberger fucking sucks, to be honest. Like, I think he's a meathead with no fight IQ, and he fucks Medic up. And then he goes to the ground and said, like, for no reason, just sort of let him up. And he does nothing on the ground. He lets Medic recover. And then Semi kind of weirdly just gassed, like, early. And Semi's not like a known gasser, but he was done. He was done. He was early second round. No gas. It's not like Medic had like crazy cardio, but he had the better cardio. Because Semi was fucking done, and Medic starts tagging him, and like, to his credit, I'm taking nothing away from what Medic did. He was better conditioned. He was tagging him left and right, and he finished a dude who was incredibly tough. I take nothing away from this. Now I want to talk about the line movement, because this is where, like, it fucks with your head. I'm talking like Brady and Weezy, and I'm like, okay, Medic is going to open at like fucking 400. He has to. And it opens, and he's like even. And I'm like, what? Because you have a dude that just came out of, dude who just fought, came out of camp, and now he's like right back in the fucking UFC. Like, now he's in the UFC, and it's like, okay, so an Oral By win is him grapple fucking Medic. Because I feel like if this is stand-up, Medic is going to knock him the fuck out. I know he's never been finished, but I'm telling you, I'm watching the striking defense. Bums are tagging this dude. Medic is going to knock him the fuck out if he lands a shot. This is so weird to call. I love the under either way. I love it. It's not out. I'm going to guess what it's going to be. Under 2.5 is probably going to be minus 210, 230, that range. Semelsberger Medic was minus 205 for the under 2.5. Probably be a little higher than that, but like probably like that area. I think Medic knocks. I honest to God think Medic knocks him the fuck out, dude. And I like fancy hat. 2 belts on Tapology. These are things like, you know, I cap against. Dude, I love the pointy hat. I love the fucking pointy hat. Got a whole argument with Solar Warden about this. His mom, like, your mouth's broke. The pointy hat should count. It's a really weird fight to cap. And I want Medic all day with the KO because I hate Worldwide striking defense. But this fucking line movement with immediate steam on him and then it came back down, it's like I almost wish I knew where the casual money was because I feel like sharp money is the one that steamed him and now the casual money is bringing him down. I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I think the under is safe. That's what I'll tell you. Mushroom. It's going to be juicy. I think it's a good parlay piece. I like the under here. I think Worldwide ground and pounds him or subs him or Medic knocks him the fuck out. But honestly, man, as good as I think this guy is, his striking defense fucking sucks. And he hasn't shown in his last 3 or 4 fights that he really wants to grapple 50 minutes. And coming in short notice, I don't know if he can grapple for 15 minutes, dude. So
I love to hear that he's super hittable too, because the one thing about Medic, he does fucking hit fucking hard, and he goes for the fucking kill. He won't back off. If you got you wobble or something, he's going in for the fucking kill too. So
this is his second fight at 170 where he feels better. Like this is more natural. Like people are like, oh, he doesn't have good cardio. It's like, well, dude, if he's been cutting fucking 35 pounds,
right?
And now he's like apparently I looked and he's at like 175 coming into this week. The dude's already like right there for his weight cut. Like there's no stress. I just want to add, I would have bet 90 units on Parsons here. I'm fucking furious. This was supposed to be like the greatest. Dude, I could have had Wheezy's boy and my boy on the same card. It could have been like the Pearson's parlay. And like, now I don't get to see Parsons. I'm fucking pissed, dude. Like, Parsons clearly would have beaten both guys like one hand behind his tight his back. But like, and do you think it's a coincidence that Leon Edwards is talking about moving up in weight now that Parsons is like, no, there's no coincidence, dude. Parsons goes into England, knocks out Danny Roberts. Now Edwards wants no part of the division. It's not a coincidence. Not a coincidence, Mushroom.
You had a couple good names for him. The Heartbeat of America.
Johnny by God Parsons.
God.
He is. Look, when I look at him, all I think is one thing. America! Fuck yeah! Coming again to save the motherfucker. Hey, yeah! It's the dream that we all share. Yeah. It's Parsons,
Nice.
bitch.
Oh, my man, Nigel Lee. What's up, buddy? Appreciate you for stopping by. Thank you, my friend. Nigel Lee's a short dude. Check him out. Oh, by the way, man, he's really, really good at college basketball bets as well. I know that. So if you're into that kind of stuff as well, hit him up on Twitter. Give him a follow. The dude knows what he's talking about. Well, we got Luana Pinheiro versus Amanda Hebos. Again, somehow I think you're off.
I really broke down that whole fight by myself. You didn't even watch tape. You go first. Fuck.
Oh, I'll take the ladies' fight. I got you. No worries. Let's go over to Pinheiro's side. She's 5-0 in her last 5, 30 years old. She's 29 today. She's 30 years old on fight day, though. She's a decent striker. She's got power in her hands, explosive. She gets knockdowns. You know, I've seen her hurt some of these girls. She has fast hands as well. She can also wrestle. She gets like almost 3 takedowns a fight or something like that at 50% clip. You know, she's a BJJ black belt. I like her durability. I like a lot about her. She is small for the division. She has a suspect level of competition, in my opinion. She barely beat Sam Hughes. Waterson, I think, might even beat her. You know, looking at that fight again, I don't know. I don't like her cardio late, but I don't know if she's going to need it if you see my pick here, because Amanda Hebos on the other side, she's well-rounded, decent striker. She's got power in her hands, some volume. I think she has a 4-inch reach advantage in this spot. Her wrestling's good. She gets into like a 53% clip or something like that. She's a real good grappler. And even her takedown defense is decent as well. BJJ black belt, judo black belt, good jiu-jitsu. She's got decent cardio, and she has more UFC experience. Man, she's fucking hittable, man. She's fucking chinny. I don't like her durability, man, for real. And isn't she moving down in weight on this one or something as well?
Yeah, again.
She has a roll fucking
again.
rock for you.
She's moving weight again.
I'll tell you what, Pinheiro hits fucking hard. Or what's her name? Who was she fighting? Did I say? Yeah, Pinheiro. So yeah, I mean,
you got it right, dude.
Yeah, for once, my pothead brain, I didn't have to look at it. But yeah, I like her to take Ribas out. I think she can finish her. I think she can probably knock her out. I think Ribas is fucking chinny, and I think I think she hits hard. I really do. I think Pinheiro hits fucking pretty hard, and I think she's going to test her chin, and I think Ribas's chin is going to fail that test. I like Pinheiro by knockout, baby. What do you got, Lou?
Well, the KO is plus 510 on my one book, and I know that because I also like it. I think Ribas is the kind of fighter you want to back as a dog, not as a 2-1 favorite. You brought up the Sam Hughes fight. The Sam Hughes win is only going to age better and better and better because Sam Hughes is like leveling up every fight. Like, I think that's a good win. The Waterson win,
but not that.
No, I think that was Sam Hughes' descent. I think Sam Hughes was all right. Like, I think that was a good win against somebody who's tenacious with good cardio. I think that was a very good win. And then Waterson, look, man, you talk about Waterson's age, but Waterson is still a wily veteran with tons of experience that knows how to mix in grappling. And Pinheiro,
I think that fight.
I think Pinheiro passed the test. I think in this fight, look, Ribas's takedown defense is really good. Like, that's the one thing she's always excelled at. It's like almost 90%. I don't think it's going to matter. I think this is going to be 15 minutes of stand up. If Ribas goes for takedowns, I think Pinheiro can stuff them. If it stays on the feet, I think Pinheiro, but Pinheiro decision isn't like a crazy thing, just so you know. Because Pinheiro is the kind of person, like, I've seen her in a couple of fights. So she like rocks somebody and like kind of doesn't go for the kill. But like, I think she's going to get the optics here completely. And we've never seen her compromise. We've seen Ribas compromise tons of times. I think Pinheiro, and I think her cardio is okay. I think that like people are overly critical about her cardio in the Marcos fight, where like she got up kicked and like, yeah, she kind of like fucking, yeah, she sold it like ridiculously. But that was also her that was her debut. And like we've seen tons of people come in on like the first fight in the UFC, and it's like a big cardio dump early. Dude, she was going savage in the first round, like looking for a finish. It happens. Like, I think people take too much stock in like what your first fight in the UFC is. Like Talia Santos, like terrible in her first fight. Like, dude, we've seen people just be really bad in their first fight. It's nerves. It's new experience. It's like a career. Dude, it's a career change, man. It's first day in school. Like, shit happens. Pinheiro is now acclimated. I think the Sam Hughes fight is a way more accurate assessment of how I think Pinheiro is. And I think the Sam Hughes win is a million percent agree with all this. Like, she's going to win the optics. If you're giving me a 15-minute striking fight, which I believe this will be, Ribas is not hitting like some fucking 6-shot combo on Pinheiro. It's Pinheiro hitting big shots. I think the KO at over plus 500 is like, I've already bet it. It's bonkers. And I like Pinheiro a lot here. I'm heavier on Pinheiro just to win. I do think decision is live. I need to see Pinheiro have more of a killer instinct before I'm like, I was like where I think just in the distance is her only win condition. I think she could very easily win a decision by like 15 minutes of, as Nigel said, like optics. So I'm here for that.
Yeah.
You never like if by the way, if this line was flipped, if Ribas was like plus 190, I'm probably betting Ribas at the price. If they're pick 'em, I'm still betting Pinheiro. Like, I think Pinheiro should be like a small favorite here. It's close, I really think it should probably be a pick 'em, like close to pick 'em or minus 120. I think the 2-1 is it's kind of weirdly disrespectful. And look, last thing I'll say, Mushroom, like you see this a lot because you're in like 900 chats a week. people cap based on fights they shouldn't cap. And I feel like the Pinheiro's being capped still on the Marcos fight. We're going to talk about Jake Matthews soon, who I think is being capped on a fight that is incorrect. We see people capped on fights that shouldn't define them. I think Pinheiro's shown a lot, and I think the Sam Hughes fight, out of any of her fights, is the more accurate assessment of who she is. I see my boy Effie's in the chat too.
Yeah.
Effie's my hockey bish.
Yep, there you go. Yeah, I mean, I absolutely love the call. Yeah, definitely way more power. Don't trust the chin. Hope it leads itself to a knockout. And the thing is, I don't like to even look at lines. And here's the thing, Rivers, God, they are so late with lines. They probably have lines out for most of the fights tonight now for props and shit like that. But I don't even look at it. I kind of like that number too. I really like that number, man. I think that's
5-1's bonkers. It's a bonkers number.
Outcome that can happen more than they're implicating. So I mean, man, I'm glad I'm on that knockout. I'm definitely playing that. I really like that. So I'm definitely gonna have some money on that for sure. Wow, definitely. Any action at me, man. Thanks for stopping by, buddy. I appreciate your support, man. Thank you very much.
By the way, when we come back 2 weeks, Effie's on props to consider. He's the next guy.
Oh, really? Oh, awesome. All right. Well, you know me. I'll be there.
We're gonna talk about the whole show is gonna be about sunglasses. That's it.
That's right.
We're gonna actually do the show from Sunglass Hut.
That's right. I was on something with him, like a pre-fight show with him and Cody and a couple guys or something, and he had his glasses on. He's the man, dude. Well, cool motherfuckers can get away with that shit. You know what I'm saying? Plus, you know what I mean, he always want you to see what he's thinking, man, like a fucking poker player. You know what I'm saying? He can bluff you a little bit. Doesn't want to move the line too much before he gets to play it. So I get it.
Yeah, I can't get away with that, but I got
versus Mr. Aguirre. There you go, my man. You can start us off with this one, Lou.
So I have a tracked bet, and then I have another bet that I didn't track yet. So I bet the over 1.5 when it came out at -170. I thought it was kind of wild for a guy Talbot, who's never had a finish in the first round. I mean, look, man, I don't think Aguirre is good. This is a setup fight. But like, dude, Talbot was like -180, 170 against. I'll put the glasses back on. Talbot was like -180 against Reyes Cortez in the Contender Series. This was 3 months ago. And like, I forget who in the community, I forget what dummy in the community. Just, we got so many fucking idiots that like think they know shit. Said, but he's really like a young pro. Like, you just wait till you see the improvements. And it's like, I get that. Young fighters improve. Like, and we've seen it time and time again. Dude, he fought like 2.5 months ago. Like, the improvements he's going to make from the Reyes Cortez fight to now are going to be like, they're going to be good, but they're not going to be exponential. It's incremental at like 2.5 months. This isn't like Natalia Silva taking 3 years off and like we had no tape on her and she just like fucking leveled the fuck up. It's not like Bo Nickel where he's got like a fucking wrestling pedigree, like a national. Like, this is a dude who's good at fighting, who has no wrestling. He's just wiry, athletic, and good striking. In 2.5 months, the dude's not going to go from this to like fucking Max Holloway. He's not. He's good. And this is very clearly a setup fight. He's also going from -180 to -900 in 3 months. And I realize that you're going to look and be like, this setup fight, whatever. -900s. Who is -900 in the UFC, dude? Bo Nickel was like -1100 against Pickett, 1200 against Pickett. Bo Nickel is a fucking GOAT Hall of Famer. Romanov was like, and Romanov's a bum, but against like fucking Chase, like, dude, he has great hair. But dude, to be a 10-1 favorite against a fighter, come on, dude. Like, no, he shouldn't be this way. But none of this is advocating for Aguirre. Aguirre's not good. I think Cortez is a way better grappler, and you saw like, dude, I don't think it's weird. I don't want to say like Cortez is bad takedown defense. His takedown defense is like being athletic and having amazing balance. Like a good grappler will be able to get him down. Aguirre is not a good grappler. He's a willing participant, but he's also a dude that's never been finished. So my advised bet for the show, DraftKings does this, Bet Parks does this. Dude, you got to sign up for Bet Parks. I think you'd like that book. But Talbot and over 1.5 as like a same game parlay they offer is minus 120. And like if Talbot melts him early or at the beginning of the first round, like that's great. Aguirre's never been melted. And like Argueta, who we lost to, is a dude that pushes a pretty good pace. I think Aguirre can at least hang in there for 7.5 minutes. Talbot's never finished anybody in the first round. This is the best guy he's fought. And if you want to tell me Reyes Cortez is better than him, okay, this is the second best guy I ever fought. I didn't finish Cortez. I just think that like he takes his time in the first round and he like starts like and he gets stronger as the fight goes on. Over 1.5 in Talbot, minus 120. If you can find that in books, I think that's a great look for this fight. And Talbot round 2, round 3 KO props are like some books have it at like 350 and 550 for his round 2, round 3. Fuck that, dude. Fuck that. Don't bet that. Like FanDuel's gonna hang. I haven't looked at FanDuel, but their round 2, round 3 props probably gonna be like 190 plus 190. Like, what the fuck would you ever bet that for a debuting fighter? Like, you fucking like you're dumb to bet it. With so minimal data on this guy, against a guy who's never been finished. Like, never bet that. I think Talbot and over 1.5 is like, yeah. And the over 1.5's like, it's got a little bit of steam. I got it at 170. I think it's like minus 190 now. But dude, if you can find that at a reasonable price, like Nigel's saying, see, Nigel and I should do a fucking show. This fucking dude knows. Dude, over 1.5, I think is like even just fight to start round 2 if you want to juice Pete. Is Johnny K Picks watching? These are his fucking parlays. Bunch of minus fucking shit. But like even just fight to start round 2, I think is really safe here. Barring an injury, I think it's really safe. What do you think?
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think, Bish?
This line is just getting out of fucking hand. I mean, it's an MMA fight. Shit can fucking happen.
Yeah, there's fists and kicks and shit. It's an MMA fight. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
900 Monk. That shit. Monk Shroom.
Yeah. Crazy. I get the guy's undefeated. Like it. I get the guy's undefeated. He's the biggest striker. He's got power in his hands, volume, pace, pressure, comes forward, walks you down. He's tall, he's long, he's got good cardio. I like his chin. I think he looked good on Dana White. I like his regional competition. It's not really suspect like a lot of these guys. I like his takedown defense. I like his get-up game. I like a lot about the Talbot side. Man, Aguirre on the other side. Whoa. I guess he's a decent striker. Got some power in his hands with a 4-inch reach advantage in his spot. He can wrestle. I guess he has some somewhat decent takedowns. He's a slick grappler. He can be a little dangerous on the ground. I mean, he does have that 100% fin rate, but I'm not impressed with this dude at all. Really, I don't get it. Adorable. But man, his level of competition, not impressive. This dude's out there crushing cans. I think he gets crushed like a can. I like Talbot here. I like Talbot by KO. Not sure what round it happens in, but I like that Talbot KO for sure, baby. Yeah, fucking right. See what else we got here in the chat.
I'm just saying is they're giving us like super shitty odds. I mean, Daz is saying 750. My book had like, it's just it's shitty. Yeah. And by the way,
I'll be working on that stuff later tonight when I put my official bets out.
Can I just say that like, and this is a problem I've seen people make in the community as gamblers, because a lot of people that in this community, Effie's not one of them. I can't speak for a lot of other people. I just know Effie. I've talked to Effie enough to say this. Effie and I are guys that bet a lot of other sports. Like we bet college football. Like he's a hockey guy. I'm not. I'm betting like Danish handball and like all sorts of fucking weird shit. But I see a lot of people in the community that exclusively bet fights. And one of the pitfalls, and I'm talking to you, Mushroom. I don't know you personally to say this because I don't know how your betting style is. But a lot of people, when they get to this point in the year, start forcing bets because we're running out of events for UFC. Like, there's only a couple events left. So what I'm saying is it's okay to sit out fights. Like, there's a lot of fights on this card. Like, this 14 fight card, dude. You got to bet 14 fights. Find like 5-6 spots, dude. Like, this is like a public service announcement. The more you know. Can I give you one more public service announcement?
Yeah, no.
Okay. If you're gonna cheat on your woman, then don't get married. But if you find that you can't not cheat, try to limit it to 3 hookers a week. And if you find that you can't limit it to 3 hookers a week, try to have sex with them on the kitchen table while your wife is eating dinner. The more you know.
I mean,
this is shit I say from my show, but I'm giving you my show content on your show.
This is not only good gambling advice, but great life advice too, Lou.
I think it's fine life advice.
Oh, you're the man, Lou.
And we still got 3 cards left after this. Like, there's plenty of good betting spots, dude.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
Dude, we got a pay-per-view, and like these last 3 cards, like, have some really good fights. If you look, like, this Austin card's like really good for betting. So like, it's like everybody's like, no reason to like force shit. Like, you like Talbot KO, that's fine. Don't go heavy because we just don't know a lot about the guy, man. Like,
right. It could go to decision. I think he wins. I like your over 1.5. I really like that. That covers obviously half the fight, and it covers the decision too. So I really, really like that bet.
I see.
I've been playing it a lot recently. So
Effie got here late. And he's like, he said, Max bet lose, dude. I mean, we both like the bet on Pudilova here. So Effie round 3 Pudilova is 25-1. I'm just saying, dude. I'm just fucking saying, dude. It's a prop to consider, and then maybe bet, bish.
Awesome.
Let's go.
All right, moving on. We're almost there.
Verse.
That's right. Boy, we're almost there. We got Chase Hooper versus Jordan Levitt. Guess I'll start us off here. Chase Hooper, 3-2 in his last 5, 25 years old, a BJJ guy. He's an improving striker, I guess you could say. He actually got a little bit of power in his hands with a 3-inch reach advantage in this spot. So he uses what he has. He's lanky. He's learning how to do these step-in fucking elbows. I love elbows in MMA. And he's doing these step-in elbows now. Really like it. He'll bring a pace. Bring some pressure. Look, he's an okay wrestler. He gets it at like a 20-something% clip, low 20s somewhere. Gets just about over a takedown a fight. The kid's big, man. He's going to start getting that man strength soon as well. Look, good ground and pound. He hunts for subs. I like his grappling. He's durable. I like his cardio. He doesn't go away. He really doesn't. But, man, he's fucking hittable, and his fucking chin's up, man. I don't like that about him. But, on the other side of this fight, Jordan Levitt, he's an okay striker. He was even surprised he got a knockout when he got a fucking knockout the last time or whatever. So, 2 takedowns a fight with a 26% accuracy. It's a pretty good grappler. He does look good in round 1, but do I want to say this? Is he the more complete MMA fighter at this point of the two? And maybe he's even fought better competition, but I don't like his cardio. He slows after round 1, especially when it's grappling. I think Hooper's going to give him some of that as well. And he kind of just accepts being on his back late in the fights. The later a fight goes, the more and more, if he's on the ground, he just accepts it more and more. I like Hooper in this spot. I don't know if he finishes Levitt. I've been going back and forth with that. I'm definitely on the Hooper side. Maybe you could help me out with maybe a method if you're on the Hooper side here.
You just showed more process in the last 3 minutes than most cappers show ever when they do shows. So I just want to commend you for the way you agonized over this pick, because you actually went through what you should. So I just want to commend you. Like, honestly, it's not supposed to be easy. You just fucking went through, you're like, fuck this. And is he better? Like, you did everything you just did. I legitimately want to commend you. That's what people should be doing. It shouldn't be that easy. Put up Nigel's comment. Put up his last comment. So, what bet do I hate the most, Mushroom? You're on mute. You're on mute, Chief.
Round 3 decision, Lou.
It's plus 130 here. I bet it. Now, it's funny because last night I bet Levitt plus 3.5 at like minus 105. And then I'm reading all this shit about like his wife's going to go into labor and like, okay, so how focused is he on this fight? And I look, I don't love narratives, but like this is super important, dude. Like if his wife's going to pop any day, how is that not on your fucking mind? Right? So my buddy John Stargarian talked about this on his show. I feel like this is super important because this is my biggest problem getting to Hooper, is that he gets top timed against everybody. Everybody gets control on this dude. And I think that Hooper loses the first round probably at a very high clip. Because I don't love Levitt's cardio, but Levitt in the first round, I don't know if Levitt's ever lost the first round in the UFC. Like,
he looks real good in round 1.
Like he won the first round against Pimblett. Matt Wyman stinks. I had like a massive bet on Levitt there. It was a bet against Wyman coming off like an injury. Like I had a submission. Like, dude, I crushed that. That was like my favorite bet I made. I'm like, because Levitt was like plus 180 in that fight. I'm like, this is fucking stupid. I'll take anybody against this dude. Hasn't fought in 2.5 years, coming off like, dude, the guy weighed like 210 and he's fighting at fucking 150. I'm like, okay, like all day, I'll take this. I think Levitt's like a lot better than people think. I think his striking's like, it's not like world beater. Like, but then last fight he comes out like a fucking maniac and he looks good. I think Levitt's really good. And like, you know, we're bashing dudes for fight IQ. I think Levitt's fight IQ is fucking excellent. Excellent. I think Levitt's a really smart fighter. People are like, oh, he's a gas bag. It's like, yeah, because look at the fights he's had where it's like every fight he's fucking in is like grapple. Like it's heavy grappling where I think a lot of dudes fucking get tired after, like, because the Ogden fight, it didn't look tired. There wasn't grappling there. Looked fucking great. I think it's a little like kind of, I think it's like a little, I think it's like a narrative that like, oh, his cardio is so fucking bad. It's like, you got to look at like the stylistic fights he's been in. Like, I think his striking's like, okay. But I think he's a smart fighter. And like, it's weird because everybody's like, man, Hooper, he's 24, he's young, he's improving. Dude, Levitt's 28, man. Like, dude, Levitt's like prime in his career. And I think Levitt's really good. Now, all that being said, for this fight, I like Hooper because I like that he is more volume on the feet. And I think if this thing gets to just tons of scrambles, which I think this fight will be, I think over 15 minutes, Hooper's going to just completely take over. I think Hooper's cardio is way better, and it's not a knock on Levitt. I think Hooper just really has good cardio. He's putting on muscle. He's filling into his frame. Dude, I know he's only 4 years younger, but like, man, Hooper's like just kind of like developing. And the UFC loves him. Now, here's my biggest problem, and I talked about this last night, and I just to show you I'm not saving this for my show. I want to give you insight that, like, you know, nobody else on your show gives, because I feel like I got to provide you value. Because, you know, Mushroom, if I can say, some of these fuckers in the community that charge for their picks, they think they're the best. But all they want is fucking content, and all they want is fucking engagement. I'm happy to do this with 0 people watching. I just want to provide you insights that I like because I can.
Awesome.
these bookmakers haven't fucking figured out how to line chase Hooper ever. Okay? Ever. And I'm going to give you an example. I'm going to give you examples. His last fight, he's plus 110 against Nick Fury. Nick Fury fucking sucks, dude. And this was a debate. And guys like my buddy Sean Orr and John Kelly and I were like, Hooper should be minus 7,000 against this scrub. And even in that fight, he got top time. But really, whatever. Okay, you ready? He's minus 300 against Steve Garcia. Steve Garcia bonked this fucker in like a minute. He's plus 150 against Felipe Colares, RIP, Mr. Colares. He finishes him in the third round. He's getting beat, but he finishes him. He's minus 125 against Steven Peterson. And that was like his first L, and that was kind of like a vet lesson. Or that was his second loss. Dude, he was minus 230 against Bruce Leroy. So I'm just giving you like, and he was minus 310 against fucking Peter Barrett, who's terrible. But like, dude, they don't know how to line this guy in fights. So because I'm saying all this, you look at this line and you're like, they lined him wrong again. I don't think they fucking did, dude. I think they know that he's improving rapidly. His striking is going to be better. He's more volume. And Hooper, and not only that, but this is Hooper's second fight at 155. And I think this is a big thing that's not being talked about. This is where he should be, is 155. Doesn't have to cut a ton of weight. He really doesn't cut a lot of weight. He's still getting bigger. And for a guy who's like kind of unrefined, he's still really fucking good, dude. Like, he has good instincts, which you can't teach. And his scrambles are good. He's pretty tough. Like, dude, Garcia bonking him is like, it happens. It's weird, man. Like, just they cannot line this fucking guy right. I like the round 3 decision, and it makes me sick that I took your signature fucking play here. But like, I kind of feel like that's how he wins, dude. He's late finish or he's 29-28. I actually think I could win Hooper round 3 decision, and I can win my Levitt bet. Like, I feel like I could middle this perfectly. If I could bet this fight ending 29-28 on the dot, like unanimous 29-28, I would actually take that bet. Like, if you gave me like plus 900, I'd fucking take that. I honestly think that's how this fight ends. 29-28, and it's not even like, it's unanimous. There's like no controversy about it.
Nice. Yeah, I like the Hooper.
This is not easy money. And like, dude, but just last thing. Again, Levitt's wife is going to fucking pop, dude. This matters, man. Like, his mind is not right. His wife is going to have a fucking kid, dude. Like, this isn't like Damon Jackson, my brother died, I'm going to murder the fucking dude in front of me. This is any second I'm getting a call, I'm having a child. This is very different, dude. Like, I wish there was a prop this fight gets canceled during the card.
Oh.
I'd throw a fucking check on it.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't want, no. Jared, you're a fucking dick. And by the way, Jared is my buddy. He knows I'm calling him a dick out of love. No, I don't want this fucking fight, dude. Unless we're getting D1 peak. And then, like, let's fucking go, dude. Like, D1 peak against Hooper would be probably the funniest fight I ever saw in my life. Like, I gotta get in touch with Nigel, man. I gotta get Nigel on the show. This is a sharp dude, this Nigel.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I think I follow him on Twitter. I think we follow each other anyway. If he doesn't follow me, he's a fucking fool. My Twitter account is hysterical. Forget about good betting insights. My Twitter account's just funny. It's like a parody account.
Does your bet push if she goes into labor, Lou?
Dude, I don't know if everybody in your chat's like a big DFS guy, but like, you know how many people are getting fucked every week on like fights getting canceled during the show? Next week we'll get 2 fights left.
Yeah, what the co-main event?
I'm excited for another 2-hour show after this on my own channel.
Yeah, I know. I'll be there with you. I'll be in the chat.
What kind of idiot named Lou scheduled this fucking shit tonight?
Well, we're there, Lou. Co-main event: Michael Morales versus Jake Matthews. You can kick it off, Lou.
Yeah, I think Morales fucks him up. It's minus 106. I think Morales is going to absolutely fucking devastate. This is a setup fight. I don't think Jake Matthews is good. Now, we talked before about capping a dude on a fight. People are still capping Matthews on the Fialho fight, man. Him beating Darius Flowers on Flowers coming in on 3 days notice. When Flowers took him down, and Flowers doesn't have cardio to begin with. Flowers fucking sucks, dude. Flowers sucks, and he had no notice, and he has no cardio. So, by the way, Matthews' round 2 submission in that fight was like the Twitter prop of the week. Like, I don't like Matthews. He's at a humongous reach disadvantage here. His striking is terrible to begin with. Fialho stinks. I just want to remind anybody that Fialho was getting pieced up by Cameron Van Camp, who was like the fucking worst until he knocked him out. Cameron Van Camp was landing clean every fucking punch against Fialho until Mr. Potato Head fucking decked him. So Matthews beating Fialho to me is like, he should. I think Morales is like super athlete. His reach advantage is big. Did he win by decision against Max Griffin? Yes. Max Griffin is historically fucking durable as shit. Max Griffin hated it so much on the feet that he shot 8 takedowns. Max Griffin is on a dude who's shooting fucking... I just sent him a fucking DM, dude. I literally just followed him back, man. I just sent him I just sent him a fucking DM. He'll say it. I literally saw it and I followed him back. Dude, Morales is coming up. Max Griffin is on a dude who's like, I have to shoot 8 takedowns because I hate the way it's going on the feet. Like, and he did. And he got 0. And it could not fucking take this dude down. Morales is a special talent. Morales is going to be like, he is a fucking special talent. And now you're telling me you have Morales, who finally faced his first test and won by a decision. You don't think they're in the gym like, I'm going to fuck this next dude up? Like, he's going to fuck Matthews up. So in the distance, minus 106, I love. Sneaky prop. He has no submissions. I get it. But he has a big wrestling background. It's plus 800 submission. And I don't think this is a crazy prop. Because Matthews on the feet, tremendous reach disadvantage. He's going to get pieced the fuck up. His entries are shit. I think Morales can snatch a neck here. I think Morales, it doesn't have to be a choke, by the way. I think Morales just fuck him up on the ground. I hate Matthews' cardio. I think Morales is just an incredibly talented athlete. And then like narrative, last thing, narrative a little bit. I don't love narrative spots. This is a co-main event for a reason, Mushroom. They're showing this kid off. Like, people are like, oh, this line's wide, Matt's a vet. No, they're showing him off, dude. Morales is like, yeah, I mean, I'm just laying the fucking minus 1. I think Morales just fucks him up, dude. Like, I didn't want the crutch of the finish only. I think Morales fucks him up. I have a parlay also. Morales money line and the main event to not start round 4. It's like minus 128. I feel like that's fairly, and I don't like these kind of juice parlays. You know this. You know I fucking hate this shit. But I feel like that's, if I'm gonna do one, it feels safe. But Morales is gonna fuck him up. And the sub at 800 is a crazy wide line for a guy who's gonna really struggle to get any kind of range of Morales and is gonna have to panic shoot. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong, son.
Lou, you're not wrong. I think he goes through him. I think he fucks Matthews up. And I also like how you're thinking, Sub. I'm not as ballsy to pick Sub specifically, but I did pick him inside the distance, not by knockout, but inside the distance, because I feel like that Sub could fucking happen. I really do. God, man, Matthews, dude, he's fucking hittable, man. And by the way, he's kind of like a predictable fighter, in my opinion, too. It's like you can almost fucking read what he's going to do because he pretty much does the same shit. Man, knockdown. Gets knocked out. Man, finishing 4 to 6 of his losses. Looked terrible against him. He got hurt so many fucking times, and his sub defense is fucking shitty.
Jake Matthews fucking sucks ass, dude.
Yeah, he does. His wins, listen, his wins and losses are both fucking shitty. This is a step up here. It's too high of a step for him. I already see my play. Morales by finish.
Mushroom.
People that don't play finish.
I'm not even joking. I would take Morales at minus 600 here as a parlay piece. Like that's how like fucking night and day this shit is.
Yep. I agree, man.
Matthews fucking sucks, dude. Like he's fucking terrible.
Yeah, it's horrible. Absolutely.
When Darius Flowers has a lot of success against you on 3 days' notice, you fucking suck, dude.
I guess you can't say much more than that. That's the truth.
And how dare Mellon? How dare you rip on Adam? Made me all the money, Fugit. Everybody was betting fucking Kinoshita like an asshole, and I'm like, oh my god, Fugit in the distance is like, it's like plus 600. I'm like, oh, Fugit season, bitches.
Oh man,
Fugit will always have a place in my heart. Always, dude.
Yeah. Well, we made it, Lou. We're at the main event of the evening.
Yeah, the Bear Jew verse.
That's right. The Bear Jew verse. Yes, it sounds like a pretty scary place. I heard you guys saying earlier for sure.
Horrifying.
Listen, Brendan Allen versus Paul Craig. I guess I'll start us off on the Brendan Allen side. 5-0 in his last 5. What's he, 27 years old, I think? He's a BJJ guy. Decent striker. He's got some good boxing. He got power in his hands. Got decent kicks. He's about the wrestling, 42% accuracy or something like that. I like his jiu-jitsu. He's good in scrambles. He hunts for subs. He has 13 of them as well. I think Craig has 13 as well. Decent UFC wins. He's 10-2 in the UFC, doing something right. And his only losses are to maybe Chris Curtis and Sean Strickland, I think, are his only 2 losses. So, I mean, they're not bad losses. And Chris Curtis is a friend of your show, right, Lou?
Chris Curtis, friend of the MMA Engine. And I wish Deb the Dude was in chat. Because if there's one person he's more friends with than me, it's Dev the Dude.
Nice. Yeah, I don't know, man, but he's a little hittable, and he does get hurt to his body, man. On the other side, you got Paul Craig. He's an okay striker. He's improving, I guess, his striking as well. He does have power in his hands. He'll come forward. He does this spinning back fist. I like his feet kicks. He does have good body kicks, and Brendan Allen doesn't take body kicks well. He's an okay wrestler. Again, these guys, if they can get their wrestling game together, man, especially Paul Craig with his deadly fucking jiu-jitsu, if he could just get this fight to the ground whenever he wanted and not have to pull guard and all that shit, he's got real good jiu-jitsu. Hunts for subs. He has 13 of them. And, man, he's fucking dangerous. This guy's 100% finish rate. He looks good at 185. Good cardio. He doesn't go away. I like his sub-defense. But, man, his durability's a little suspect now. But really, if you think about it, he's only really been knocked out by, like, real power punchers. But he's been finished in 5 of 6 losses, so his durability scares me. I think Allen can do this. I think Allen probably gets him at some point. I think Allen could probably catch him at some point. I think Craig's hittable. I know Allen's not a power puncher, but I think he's going to do enough. I think attritionally he's going to hit Craig enough, and I think one time he's just going to catch him. I think Allen KOs him. I like Allen by KO in this spot. Where are you at, Lou?
Yeah, Allen 1-2 is minus 140, and like that's the most likely outcome of this fight. I think anybody that fights Paul Craig that has any kind of competent fight IQ and really good striking beats him at like an insanely high clip. Allen does not have the most amazing fight IQ, and it's not a non-zero chance that Allen dives into his guard and fucking dies because Allen's a fucking idiot. System play is like quarter unit on Craig sub. It's plus 500. Like it's plus 500. That's his win condition. Craig, there's no world where Craig wins a fucking decision.
No.
Like he wins by Allen doing something stupid. Fun fact, Mushroom. Paul Craig is 8-2 in fights he's lost. Like that's my favorite Paul Craig stat. He's 8-2 in fights he has lost. Even the Krylov fight, dude. He's fucking him up, and he wakes him up by continuing to fuck him up. Fucked him up so bad he woke him up. Then he got choked out. Like he's like, dude, Craig wins meme. I fucking love Paul Craig, man. There's no slander here. I fucking love Paul Craig. If he was my buddy, me and him would be like buddy cop action. Like I'd be like getting in so much trouble being like, oh, go ahead, fuck with my buddy. Like, dude, he'd be like the best to hang out with. I don't think Allen is like some elite. Like, I don't know what Allen's ceiling is. Like, I don't know if it's much more than this. And they love him, and he's young, and he can, and look, and he's still improving. I'm actually the most impressed I've ever been with Allen is the Malkoon fight. And I had the Malkoon split decision at plus 850, like, before anybody. I was like, hey, this is a weird, and I thought I had it. But the fact that Allen's like, I'll beat you your own game. It's awesome about Allen. It's also where he's a fucking idiot. And could Allen, like, dude, he went to the ground against Muniz. Could he go to the ground against Craig? Absolutely. And if he does, I'll tell you right now, anybody if you parlay Allen, you're retarded. You never parlay him. You got to bet him by in a distance. I think, right, 1-2 is like, Craig 1. I mean, dude, it's a 5. If this fight goes split decision, man, I'll give you. If this fight goes to fucking split decision, I'll give you the MMA engine. Like it's never happening. Like it's never because Craig's not a minute winner. Like he never wins. Dude, Craig has probably won like 45 seconds of his last 5 wins. He won 1 second of the Hill fight. He won 1 second of the Ankalaev fight. He won 3 seconds of the fucking Krylov fight. Like, how is this a split? It's not. Like, he doesn't win minutes ever, dude. He doesn't know how to win minutes. He wins, like, he's got, like, a pact with the devil or some shit, dude. Like, I mean, I don't know, man. I think Allen wins. Daz didn't parlay Allen. Like, you would tell me Allen's striking looked better against Muniz. Dude, Paul Craig's striking is crappy. Like, and I fucking love Paul Craig, man. This is like night and day skill set, man. Like Craig's win condition is as always dive into his guard and get choked out. And it's not a non-zero chance. Allen is an idiot who does stupid shit. I just said system play. You got to put some kind of quarter unit on Craig sub at 5-1. You have to. But split decision is nuts. No. And I think 1-2 Allen is probably. I think Allen just bonks him at some point.
Love it. Love it. Well, Lou, we made it. 14 fights. Decent stat card. You're a busy man. So we're going to get you out of here. Lou, why don't you tell the people where they can find you?
Well, forget about me. I'm on in like fucking 7 minutes on my own channel doing literally the same shit I did here. I'll change shirt. I don't know. I'll try to play a different character. So I just want to spend my time, instead of promoting myself, to say 2 things. Number 1, the evolution of you as you've started. I love to see it. You're supporting everybody's streams. As I like to joke, you came with the channel. As soon as I fucking make a stream, it's like there's this comment. I'm like, he came with the show. You care about everybody. You're like, I know we're all sharp because you tell everybody we're sharp, but really, you're just a nice fucking dude, man. You genuinely like the people in the community. You like working with us. And I love that. I respect that. You're making me proud that like I got you started because I think you respect the community so well. Like, it's like you and Prop are my kids. One of you's older than me. So like there's logistical things. And Prop is like really like he's really my child. So like he's like our child. It's like we share him. We like time, like you have him on weekends and I have him on like, but like you've done a really good job like cultivating this, like and it's organic and you've realized that. So I just want to say I love what you've like. I don't care about my fucking shit. I care about you. And the last thing I want to say is for all you guys in chat that the few of you that don't watch my shit, that don't know. First of all, if you don't know me, you're fucking crazy. But I want to ask you a question. Is that we have Thanksgiving coming up, and like, what are you thankful for the most as we get to this Thanksgiving holiday?
So, hey, I'm thankful that
Melon's an asshole, by the
way. Listen, here's what I'm thankful for. I'm a 55-year-old man, yet I'm going to spend Thanksgiving with my parents who are still alive and are still around the corner from me. I get to see my family. A lot of us live in different places. We'll get together. It's a great time. I'm also thankful for the MMA community itself. I've been showing a lot of support over since January when I started. I'm absolutely thankful for you for getting me to start in this. I'm just thankful, for life, man. Thankful I woke up today, and I'm thankful for every day I wake up. And, whatever people are going through out there, man, listen, things could be worse. I get it. People are struggling with some stuff sometimes. Just trying to stay positive, and I absolutely appreciate everybody that's out there and everybody that wastes their time with me every Thursday night. So thank you very much.
My parents are alive too. Thanksgiving is non-negotiable. It's at the Betya compound. That's my favorite holiday. I was born on it. It's a movable feast. So I'm not Thanksgiving this year, but I was born on Thanksgiving. It's my favorite holiday. I'm grateful for all you motherfuckers. And my birthday is Friday, so start shopping, bitches.
Yeah, my dad's birthday's a Thanksgiving birthday.
How old's your dad?
How about that?
How old's your dad?
70, 75, 76.
So you want to hear something crazy? My dad's old. My dad's older. My dad is 82.
God, wow. God bless.
My dad's the oldest school Italian ever. He's a fucking olive motherfucker, man. Just retired.
Nothing wrong with that. Oh, look, I know you got to go, Lou. I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody out there. Lou, you just hang out for one more second when I'm done. But hey, there's only one thing left to say, and that's let's fucking go! And violence. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving. I might even do a show on Thanksgiving. Eat a fucking meal with you motherfuckers. We'll see. Pay attention. Thanks, everybody.